I know people say that, but it's true. I've known a guy. I haven't seen him in quite a while, luckily, but he's been miserable since the day I met him, and I met him over 15 years ago. He keeps himself in a situation where he's miserable, and yeah, wait, close to 18, 20 years ago is when I met him. Long time, but yeah, he's in a marriage where they hate each other. He tries to fill himself with collecting all the time. He's nothing but miserable. He has things he can do that he doesn't do, and that's just the way he is, and that's the way he's going to be until he dies. And I met other people like that too. And it's not just people on drugs, because not everyone on drugs is that way. I used to know a guy that was a crackhead that was the best person in his family by miles, and happiest overall. You get what I'm saying? But some people say it's depression, some people say it's this or that, and it could be elements of that. But I think even if you got some of these people into a counseling program or whatever it is, got them help, I don't know if they'd be able to turn around. Some of them just because of age, and some they just don't see another way to do it, and their brain can't compute it. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're that way, you're that way. I'm not saying that there's no way out. I'm just saying I've seen people be miserable forever and not be able to figure it out, even with counseling, even with pills, all that. So, I feel for you on it, but I'm also saying this to people that aren't that way. Just know that sometimes people are going to be that way, and you don't necessarily want to or have to deal with them. You know what I mean? There's some people that I know that are that way that I just avoid them on certain days. If I'm not having a good day, okay, guess what? I'm going to avoid them. Why? I'm not going to have them make my day worse. I have to be prepared to be able to deal with that. And some people will say that about me. Like right now, I'm not going to lie, for the past few years, I've been miserable and shit, but that's mainly because I've been doing nothing to fix my situation, and that's because, that's on me. That's not on anyone else. That's not on wiring. That's on my indecision and everything like that. You know what I mean? It happens. It can happen to anybody. I'm not above it. I'm just saying I'm not one of those constantly miserable types. But know that that exists. Know that, unfortunately, depending on your area and all that, you might have to learn to deal with it, because there might be a lot of people like that. I've been to areas like that. And no, you don't have to be like that. And staying away from people is not a bad thing. I take different routes. I've taken different routes to avoid stuff. Just because I know my mental health, all that, beats a little more exercise. I'd rather